Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're looking at an event that honestly sounds like it was ripped straight from a Hollywood heist movie script, but it's entirely, shockingly real. We're unpacking the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum theft, widely considered the world's greatest unsolved art heist. I am so pumped to guide you through this story today because the sheer audacity of this crime, it's just absolutely fascinating. So, I want you to really put yourself in this scenario for a second. Imagine walking up to a museum, right? But you're not a visitor checking out the Sunday exhibits. No, you walk up to the doors disguised as a police officer. It's a completely brazen move. You're not pulling some high-tech stunt, sneaking through skylight, or dodging laser grids. You're literally just using the uniform of law enforcement to walk right through the front doors. And what exactly does that disguise get you? Well, $500 million. Yep, you heard that right. That is a 5 with 8 zeros. By simply pretending to be the cops, these guys managed to walk out just over an hour later with artwork valued at $500 million. This staggering, mind-blowing figure makes it the largest art theft in modern history. Section 1. The Midnight Disguise. Let's get into it. To truly understand how a $500 million heist even happens, we gotta look at the exact sequence of events. Like, how did these fake cops actually pull this off? Let's break down the timeline of that night. It's March 18, 1990, it's just after midnight, and the city of Boston is out partying for St. Patrick's Day. Two men dressed as Boston police officers show up at the museum, claiming they're responding to a report of a disturbance, and they ask to be let inside. Now, the museum's security rules explicitly stated that absolutely no one should be admitted after hours, period. But one of the night shift security guards made a fatal mistake. He opened the door. And the very second those men stepped inside, the trap was sprung. They didn't sweep the building for a disturbance. Nope. They immediately handcuffed both guards, wrapped them up with tape, and locked them away down in the basement. Just like that. The entire museum was theirs. Moving on to Section 2, 81 minutes inside. With the guards completely neutralized down in the basement, the whole vibe in the museum shifted. The thieves were now in total, uncontested control of the building. And what they did next, and honestly how they did it, is chilling. 81 minutes. That is exactly how long the thieves spent inside the museum. Now, in the world of high-stakes robbery, 81 minutes is literally an eternity. They didn't rush, they didn't panic, they didn't just grab the first shiny thing they saw and make a run for it. For an hour and 21 minutes, they calmly, methodically just walked through the halls. It was like they knew exactly where they were going and exactly what they were looking for. But here's where it gets really weird. What's truly bizarre is the logic of these thieves. Despite having all the time in the world, they selected only 13 specific pieces of art, completely ignoring other artworks sitting right there in the museum that were worth way, way more money. It's such a striking contrast. I mean, they had the run of the place, yet they were incredibly specific about what they took, leaving even more valuable treasures totally untouched. Section 3. The Missing Masterpieces. So, what exactly did they take during those 81 minutes? We're talking Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, Manet. I mean, these are absolute titans of art history. Beyond just the insane monetary value, the cultural loss that happened that night is just staggering. And get this, the thieves didn't carefully unhook these priceless works and carry them out in, nice padded crates. Oh no. They used simple tools and literally just brutally sliced these famous paintings right out of their frames. And the absolutely crucial point here is how irreplaceable these items actually are. One of the most valuable paintings taken was The Concert by Johannes Vermeer. To put that into perspective for you, there are fewer than 40 known Vermeer paintings in existence in the entire world. Taking just this one piece was a devastating blow to global art heritage. It really anchors our understanding of exactly what was ripped away from the public that night. Section 4. Decades of Dead Ends. So the next morning rolls around, the bound guards are finally discovered, and the museum is plunged into absolute shock. As you can probably guess, a theft of this massive scale triggered an incredible response. The investigation instantly became one of the FBI's absolute highest priorities. The scope of this manhunt was just enormous. I mean, they received and processed literally thousands of tips. They dove deep into the underworld to investigate organized crime groups, and they even went global, questioning international art dealers. It was a total all-hands-on-deck scramble to recover this art. Yet, for decades, investigators followed countless leads only to hit a brick wall every single time. It was an incredibly frustrating process. Some suspects literally died before investigators could even get them into a room for questioning. Other suspects strictly, and I mean strictly, denied any involvement whatsoever. No matter where the FBI looked, the trail always just went ice cold. Section 5. The empty frames. So, after all the investigations and all the time that's passed, where do things actually stand today? Well, more than 3 decades have passed since that night in 1990. 0 arrests have been made, 0 complete explanations have been found, and incredibly, 0 paintings have been recovered. This is all despite the fact that the museum still has an active, standing reward of $10 million for information leading to the recovery of the artwork. $10 million. And still, absolutely nothing. If you visit the museum today, you're going to see a really haunting visual. The empty frames where those masterpieces used to live, they still hang right there on the walls. The museum absolutely refuses to replace them. Instead, they leave these empty spaces exactly as they are. It serves as this poignant, physical reminder, holding out hope that one day these missing masterpieces might just return home. Which leaves us staring at a series of chilling, unanswered questions. First and foremost, who exactly were those 2 fake police officers? How on earth did they manage to stay entirely off the grid for decades after committing the literal crime of the century? Furthermore, who actually planned the robbery? Was it the 2 guys who walked through the front doors? Or was there some sort of mastermind pulling the strings from the shadows? Someone dictating exactly which 13 pieces to take and which ones to leave behind? And the ultimate question that still absolutely haunts the art world to this day: where are the priceless paintings right now? Are they hidden away in some private vault? Have they been destroyed? Or are they just out there, somewhere, waiting to be discovered? After more than 30 years, we still just don't know. We so often think of great mysteries as these things buried deep under the earth or totally lost to time. But as the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist proves, sometimes the biggest mysteries aren't hidden in ancient ruins or forgotten legends. Sometimes they disappear right through the front door. It's an incredible story of audacity and loss, and a pretty stark reminder that history is still unfolding right in front of us. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this helped you visualize the giant puzzle of the greatest unsolved art theft in history. Keep wondering, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next one.